Welcome, Madden Warriors, to the one-on-one podcast. This is Adrian. Welcome to the show, man.
What's up, man?
Welcome
Thanks
in,
for having me.
man. Yeah, of course, man. I appreciate you coming on here and doing this. I know it takes like a lot of courage to come on here talking to someone you don't know, but I definitely do appreciate it. So anybody else that wants to hop on, just hit me up in the DMs like Adrian did, man. It's really cool to have players and communicate with you guys and just to get to know you guys. That's what it's all about. So, going into the first question, man, like who got you into the league?
So the first one that mentioned it was Eric. Obviously the one from the warehouse I in and out. He mentioned it first. And then Art hit me up afterwards. He knew I played Madden a little bit. Well, I think he knew I played Madden a little bit. He knew I was a coach, so he was like, "Hey, like you must love football." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I coach it." And he's like, "Well, what about Madden?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I play Madden a little bit." So then he hit me up. Then after that, I found out Fernando was in it. I found out Julius, or you guys know him as I don't even know how to
Julius.
say it. Julius, yeah.
Yeah.
How you guys say it? But that's Julius. That's my boy. I mean, all those guys are. Fernando's our supervisor, so we're
Yeah.
we're don't want to get him too mad, but that guy for sure. All of them. Art's getting better.
Oh
Shout out
no, no,
Art.
no! Seriously, like I
But
remember when Art first like joined our league, and man, and like he was at the bottom of the tier. I'll be honest, and I've
yeah.
seen him like work his way up, man. And I was like, holy crap, he's getting pretty good, and that's really cool thing that's about this league is like every season we see people that weren't as good and they're just like grinding and they're getting better every season. But that's super cool that you guys have that work chemistry, man. That's super cool because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I was telling Mike, he's a little bit of an old head and he doesn't understand like gamers in general in terms of
Mhm.
like if you tell people you play Madden that don't play Madden, they think you're a whack gamer. I don't know if you have that vibe or if
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah. No, I get you.
if you tell them you play sports games only, they kind of look at you sideways a little
Yeah,
a
no, I
little
get
bit
you. I get on that.
a little bit. So it's one of those things where it's super cool that you guys have that chemistry where you're like, hey, bro, like I like Madden, man, and it's cool, man. Like I've been playing Madden for since like 2003, 2004. So I'm gonna be 28 this week, but no, it's one of those things where I think that there's more to Madden than what people think there is. Like I think there really is like scheme and it's one of those games where it's like you really have to like know your shit to play the game.
Yeah.
It's not just about throwing it up and hopefully they catch it. Granted, there is times where Madden screws you, and I get that, and
Shit.
hopefully EA fixes that. But even like how Denzel Ward didn't cover that route, I didn't understand that. That was weird.
Dude, did you stay to
I
watch that?
watched
I mean,
I watched you replay it, and I was like, what happened
I had
there?
I had him in a cover four, bro. That made no sense. Like,
That was
I felt
weird.
like I had everything locked. I can't remember what the rush was. I can't remember if I was getting to him or not. But I'm like, dude, I don't see anybody getting open. And then I see him throw it, and I'm like, all right, who's he throwing it to? And to see DK obviously beating his man, why he was being followed, I have no idea. It was cover four. It should have been all underneath. And to see that
Definitely.
he would beat, I was like, bro, ain't no way I just got screwed on that.
Eh,
Like, I was playing for him to throw it up with the last couple seconds. I knew he was going to take what I was giving him, which was my plan. I didn't want him to beat me over the top like he did right before that with DK in the drive before. But to get screwed like that, like I was like, okay, they ain't honestly, if my internet isn't trash, I don't care how many seconds are on the board, I will get downfield somehow, which I mean you just saw, like
no,
I was able to
no,
get down
no,
there.
100%. Like it's crazy, man. Like one thing that I was more surprised in that play was is like Denzel Ward is like the one of the best corners in the league, and like he has like the fastest like acceleration. Like I don't know what his combine speed was, but like for him to get that beat, I was like that makes no sense. And
Yeah.
even in the league, like in real life, like he's fast and DK Metcalf isn't that fast. So that's why I was like a little bit was like looking at that sideways, but I know Boyce is gonna probably have a lot to say to you this week, and that's a really
Uh, you know what's funny about him is that he actually he he'll it's I don't even know how to explain it, man. Like he'll talk shit, but he won't talk shit. Like
gotcha.
it's like if you buy into it, he'll go
Yeah.
full load on you. So if I
Uh
like he'll say something and I'll
yeah.
just be like like yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
Obviously he's gonna watch this, so he's gonna say some things, but
Yeah, yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm just like it is what it is, and that's it.
Yeah.
But some
No,
people will buy into it and he'll get them.
Yeah, no, seriously, like the week leading up to our game between me and Boyus, like I was saying before we started the pod, like he was like, I'm gonna throw like 30 on the Patriots, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. All week I was thinking, I was like, he said that to me. All right, so in the game, he went for it in two. Like I said, if he had maybe 3 more seconds to throw the ball, he probably could have gotten me. But I definitely took the W there, and I was all excited about that, mainly just because when the
Of who
podcasters
it is.
get a win, man, like I'm all for it. So,
Yeah,
but
no,
no,
for sure.
man, definitely like I was saying though, man, like I think that's a really cool chemistry, like going into work and like you just beat that person. You're like, bro, I just beat you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a cool chemistry. Instead of just typing the thing on your phone, that's super
Well,
cool.
the funny thing about it is that when we go to work, we don't even. It's not even like I just beat you. It's like which is crazy. It's more so like we're trying to help each other.
Oh
So
yeah, for
like
sure.
I'll get to work and you know I'll be talking to Fernando and we're just talking about schemes and how it is that we're able to do certain things. And then Julius, like there was one week where he was telling me something about what I could do. And then Art, every day, Art, we were talking to Art about what he could do to get better. But then same thing with Eric. And then we're like, dude, watch your game. And like, oh man, I don't know what happened. Or, oh, dude, that was a crazy ass game. Like, I don't know how I got away with the win. And we just talk about it. But it's never really like, bro, you're trash. And
No,
if
that
it is,
that
it's like a little jab at the end. But no, we all know that we're just like playing about it. So
No, that's actually crazy because like me, Mike, and Chris Charlargo had like a different mindset, like in terms of like what we thought happened. We thought like one of you guys win, and the guy walks in, he's like, "Oh, like you just got
uh
your," that's the perspective that we thought, because like
uh
Boyes kind of has some times where he has the talking moments in chat, so we're
uh
like, "Hey," so that's just so where we thought. But no, that's cool that you guys are like, "Hey, like this is how you guys get better." Talking scheme. That's actually like a really cool like way to help someone and like talking it out and stuff like that. But I think that having you a part of the league has been great, man. Like you're a really good player. Like even just watching that entire game, I was like, dude, like he knows his shit. I can tell. Like that's one of the things that's cool. Like I noticed that there was this one play that you made. I can't remember like what quarter it was in, but it was kind of like this like corner route, and like not motioned, but you audible to a different play, and you got him like across the field. But that was a good part of the play, part of the game. But yeah, man, like you're a really good player, and it's been a pleasure of having you in the league, man. Like seriously, it's
no,
been
I
great,
appreciate it.
and
I
especially with doing
appreciate
it
it.
with
Thank you.
like Shadur Sanders, man. And like honestly, to be honest with you, I was gonna take the Browns, but when I
Mhm.
was using them, like the defense, I was the Texans last season, and I played pretty well with the Texans. I lost to the Super Bowl champion Gabe in the a wild card on a last second
Mhm.
field goal, and I was like, hey, the Browns defense is really good. Like I mentioned, Denzel Ward, their secondary is really good. The defensive ends are really good. Miles Garrett, etc. But I could not get past Jerry Judy, man. He's too slow.
Yeah.
He like man, I just like that was the one player I just could not. I could get with Shadur, I could do that, but I couldn't the wide receiver on that team, man. Like and,
Mhm.
and you were killing him with the other wide receiver, 158 yards. I can't remember who it was. Like I was like, damn, bro. Like maybe he's doing something
No,
I don't know, but
no, it's. I know. I was a little mad because I felt like I'm mad at myself because I did go for it on fourth down and he ended up scoring after I didn't convert. But I had David and Joku open on a post in the end zone, and he left them wide open.
yeah,
But my read was I forget his name, Judkins.
yeah, yeah.
I had him going up on a streak from the backfield, and he was open, and I threw it, and it should have been complete, and Shadur overthrew him just a little bit. So I was mad at myself for not hitting Njoku because he was just wide open off the rip. But yeah, like little things like that. I feel like if I would have scored there, Julius scores at the end, he's going for an onside. And instead, I don't score. Julius goes one play downfield with Metcalf, and he scores right away. And it's like, all right, now I got to drive down the field and score right away. And I do. I kill clock a little bit, but then, I mean, you saw the end.
Yeah,
So
tracking back, going back to the questions, like, is this like your first Madden like online franchise league that you've been in, or have you been in a couple others?
Officially, yes.
Gotcha,
There was one about 3 years ago, which was the last time I ever played online with Madden.
gotcha.
About 3 years ago, there were some guys in the warehouse um, that wanted to do a league, and I think it consisted of like 9 players, and I was the only one that knew football. I think, like really knew it because my games were 90 points, 80 points, and the other guys had 20.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I'm not the best guy out there, like by no means, but it felt like, oh, like it's just for fun, and clearly it was. I mean, I wasn't trying to put up crazy points, but when guys didn't know how to audible out of plays, or they didn't know how to read fronts, it's like, okay, like
So,
I just feel like I'm just
s-
kicking back. This
so
is like I'm sitting here like, okay, shit, I gotta do this. All right, I need to do this instead. All right, like,
there's some dogs in this league.
yeah. Yeah, no,
No,
for sure. So it's a big change of pace.
no, for sure, man. Like that's interesting to hear. You know, like going just a couple years ago, I got into a couple leagues before like Mike, because I was part of the original 8, I believe. And
Mhm.
before we got to this point, you know, I got into a couple leagues, man. But like I just got to a point where like there's a whole bunch of other leagues, and then I jumped into a couple after, even with this week with Chris. And there's too many rules, man. Like there's this one league I was in where like I feel like I was scared to hike the ball because I didn't know if I was breaking a rule or not. Like, can I
Mhm.
not go for it on this? Like, it's one of those things like on this the yard line. Like, am I not allowed? Do I have to punt it here? And it just became like overwhelming. And it's like I like this league because there's like maybe 6 rules max, and like maybe 4 max like in game that we have to really pay attention to. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
there really isn't nothing that's like super crazy that you have to sit down and like think. And then in other leagues there's like different players that are like leaving throughout the season, so it's like you're not playing a consistent same person every week. In the division you could start with like 4 people that at the beginning of the season, and at the end of the season it's like 4 different people are in those spots, and you're like, who are all these people? So that's one thing I like
right.
about this league, where it's all the same people, and we're all playing for the pot at the end of the season. And like I said, like when the season ends and you're the Super Bowl champion, you're getting that money sent to you like that. Like with Mike, like he doesn't mess around like that, and that's the thing that's cool, that we built like this like a great community and loyalty to our league, that we just have a lot of players that trust us and know that we're not going to mess around just because we love doing it. Like I spend a lot of my time doing the podcast, editing the videos, like but it's nothing that it's like it's more of like I just like really like doing it, and it's super fun just to communicate with you guys, and great, like a great community with everybody. So like I said, I definitely do appreciate you coming on here and just sharing with things that we don't know about you. So I definitely do appreciate it. And like
Mhm.
with all the people that you work with that's like in the same wing, like I wish I could like be in that. Like I've tried at work personally, like, hey bro, do you play
Mhm.
Madden? And they're like, nah
Mhm.
bro, like I suck. And it's like, okay, like practice a little bit and call me back, but
Yeah.
definitely do appreciate you coming on, man. Like, is there anything that you would say about our league that you think that we can do better? Like, is there anything that you think?
Um, I think that for the most part everything's cool. The only thing I could say is like, I think Chavez said it in this last podcast. I want to say it was, oh man, I'm forgetting what he said. Damn it. But basically, like we don't mess around.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you guys don't. But for the repeat offenders, like I think it's one of those things where it's like we have a wait list,
Mm-hmm.
and if they're repeat offenders and we know like they're gonna continuously do it, it's one of those things where I think it's like, okay, like unfortunately you gotta go. Now I know those guys are probably not gonna like that I said that, but it's just one of those things where it's like I know like the Packers, I don't know them at all, but he had mentioned like, hey, like we've been monitoring the chat, like you gotta go ahead and let us know, or else like we're gonna give you the boot pretty soon. When I played them, it was like that. The communication was fine, so I didn't have an issue when I was communicating with the Packer guy. But if it seems to be a pattern and it's like, hey, we're gonna boot you, but then there's these other guys that continuously get suspended, and it's more so of a joke. It's more so of a laugh, and they're not getting booted. I don't know if there's like a personal relationship outside, but it's like
I
that's
see
the
your
only
point.
thing where it's like if it's
So you're what
gonna
you're
continuously happen,
what you're saying is like you need to hold the people accountable. Essentially, that
yeah,
yeah, okay.
basically,
I can kind of see what you're saying, man. Like going back to what you said with the person breaking a rule and then breaking it again, like in the same week, almost pretty much. Like personally, that was
yeah,
frustrating for me, mainly just because it was against me, and I was like,
mhm,
still week one, bro. Like you just got
yeah,
banned in the playoffs, and then you're gonna come and then get like suspended for week one versus me. It's like, and then like the thing that he said, and I brought it in the pod. I think that not
yeah. I
the last
remember.
pod, but the one before. It was like, then
Mhm.
he was like, oh, like made a joke like, haha, I wanted to get out of the mud or something like that. It was like a joke, and I was like, bro, like you don't take us seriously. Like that's kind of
Yeah,
it was a little bit whack, and hopefully and that the thing that frustrated me the most part about it is that Isaac's a good player, and I want to make that out. Like, there's no hate towards him or anything. Like when we
mhm,
played last season, bro, like I beat him barely. Like I think in overtime we were going score for score. Like I don't think there was any turnovers that whole entire game. And he's a great player, so it's just like, bro, like you have a chance. And now he's 0-5, and it's just like one of those things where it's like, bro, like just stay grinding, bro. Like you know the rules, like, and they're easy rules. Like I mentioned before, it's not like we have like crazy rules where you can't go for it on fourth down or et cetera, et
yeah,
cetera. So that's one of the things it was kind of interesting. But like I said, man, like that's the biggest thing that I want to say about this league is that I like when players come forward and just suggest ideas because like it's one of those things where like going back to I think a couple days ago, I think you might have mentioned like a defensive camera angle, right?
yeah,
And I wanted you to kind of like, because like I like listening to what your perspective is on that. Because like for me, I'm thinking like that would be the defense looking forward, right? Like the camera angle.
right,
Yeah, so you'd
yeah,
be like looking straight down the field. And for me, that bro, I've been playing Madden for like 20 years. Like I said, I don't
uh,
know how that would like in my head. I'm trying to think of like that would be difficult.
yeah. No,
So,
for sure.
like, I'm thinking like that. I was like, crap, man, I've never
Well,
done that before.
well,
Like,
the only reason why I mentioned that was because I was just trying to find a way to allow there to be no defensive cooldown. Because
mm,
then somebody could blitz the entire time. I think that's what Chavez was worried about, or Terlago. I can't remember
one
which
of
one,
those
but they
two.
kept saying mid. Yeah, they kept saying mid blitz, mid blitz, mid blitz. So I'm like, okay, if the mid blitz is, and I think you said it's easy to just
Yeah,
max protect, and
yeah.
like that's what I believe. But if it's so, if that's the main point, is somebody can't do it or the majority can't do it. I was thinking, okay, like change it, but then change it to the no cooldown, but then make it more difficult to where maybe th're not running it because they could easily get beat man coverage.
And
Or they got it's that's one thing I was thinking. And then the other thing I was thinking too was like if and I don't know if you guys were going more towards it. I felt like you guys were only because of the cooldown, but it makes more sense because you guys don't want the same plays being spammed. If I was thinking of the realism part of it. So like it's not realistic for somebody to be using a linebacker rush to the curl and then there's a post on the backside 5 yards behind him and he's able to go up and cut that off. Like nobody in the league is making big plays like that unless they're him and you don't see that on a
yeah,
weekly basis. I mean, so I thought okay, like if that's the case and somebody's using a linebacker and they go to that, well you can't see that there's a backside post coming to you. So that'll open up the offense a little bit more, but
mm-hmm.
there's games that I'm seeing. There's guys that are 20-17. Your game against Julius 21-20, and then there's other games like fucking Mondo putting belt to ass on my boy Gabe with
Yeah,
the Panthers.
yeah.
So it's like yeah, those games will be tough. But I was just spitballing, just trying to see like,
No,
hey, is there
no, like
something that you guys
that's
could
that's definitely
possibly do?
like one thing I don't want you to ever stop doing is like that's the thing that I like about this league and other leagues. Some people just be like, "Nah, bro, like that's whack. Like we're not doing that." Like anybody can have an opinion or anything like that, and that's the thing that I like with Mike. Like I come up to him and I'll like approach him about something, and he's like. He'll just sit there and listen to me, and like that's the thing that I like about this league is that him, Chris, D'Lo, even Scully will listen to anybody about like what they're thinking or anything like that, and they never just like give them a hard time or instantly just tell them like shoot them down. So that's one thing that I definitely understand where you're coming from with it, and that's the thing that I even said in that last podcast with max protecting and stuff like that. Like mid blitzing and stuff like that. That's an easy thing to kind of get around, in my opinion. Like based off my knowledge of Madden, like you can run a
Mhm.
screen with mid blitzes, and like that's gonna screw them up majorly. Like running
Yeah.
screens, anything like that, or even just slants, bro. Like if you can
Mhm.
get the ball out, like max mid blitzing, it really isn't that hard to,
It's
and
not.
it's not, but it's one of those things where I think that Mike's thing is it's just been working for so long with the cool
Mhm.
off, and that's where his mindset is. Like it's worked for super long, and that's where he's kind of like, I don't want to switch things up when it's been running so smoothly.
Which
So
I
I
get.
think I think
Yeah.
that's like his mindset. But Adrian, I appreciate you coming on and doing this with me, man. Like seriously, like if you ever want to jump on the pod with me, Chris, and Chavez, and like have like your a one on one with them, and just kind of talk about things and anything, like definitely appreciate you coming on here, man. Like I said, it takes a lot of courage to come on here and talk to someone you don't know. So
Yeah. No, for sure.
I definitely appreciate you, dude. And if you see Boyus tomorrow or the next day, just tell him Weston said hi.
Yeah. No, for sure. I'll let him know. I'll let him know for sure. And then if you guys are, just let me know if because I see that you guys are on. I don't want to just automatically join.
Oh, and dude,
So
and we
yeah,
we
yeah.
appreciate that because last pod, bro, I'm not gonna lie, shout out to Oakley, that was the hardest video to edit in my life. Hardest video ever, bro. Like,
I was I was watching that.
I was
I
like,
was watching that. I'm like, man.
yeah,
I kept seeing it go down and go up, and I'm
no,
watching your eyes. I'm just looking at
oh.
your eyes, and I'm like, oh, he's getting irritated.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, all right,
I was like, I love Oakley, but it was just like he would say goodbye, like he was gone,
yeah,
and then it was like he would jump out, and I was like, bro, like, are you leaving or are you staying in? Stay in
yeah,
or stay out. Don't keep joining in. And like after the pod, like Mike's like, bro, he wouldn't stop leaving, and I was
uh
like,
huh,
I was frustrated, but no, like seriously, like we'll definitely set up a time, and we've already kind of figured out the whole like joining, like we might just create like a separate thing for pod only just so that won't happen again. But yeah, we definitely want to have you on, man. Like we like your thoughts. You're a great player, like I said when we started this, man. Like that's the biggest thing about this is like it's super cool to meet cool down to earth people, and that's like I said when I first started doing these one-on-ones, like we're not only playing Madden, but we're like building like men up to be like great men, and that's what like not knowing just because you just started this league, bro. Like, I personally shouldn't even be in this league. Like, personally speaking, like I've crashed
that's how you
out.
feel.
Yeah, like I personally have crashed out like 10 times. But Mike's like, bro,
Uh,
like Weston like does a lot for this league, and like I want to build him up. Like, and Chris has stuck up for me too, for sure.
uh,
Even D'Lo was a little bit like Weston's crazy, bro. And I've lost my shit a couple times, but obviously, I think I've kind of calmed down a little bit. I did a good thing when I text or message back the Saints. I was like, bro, like you need to chill because he's getting a little bit sideways at me. But we play tonight, and
okay, well, shit.
all I'm gonna say is it's gonna go down, and I'm ready for it. But shout out to Junior, man.
Uh,
But like I said, man, it's been great having you on, and I definitely appreciate it. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for
no,
coming on,
no,
dude.
appreciate it. Thank you guys for allowing me to join too. I mean, I didn't like I said, I think I'd mentioned it on draft night. I was hesitant on joining,
Yeah.
hesitant on joining the league, mid league. Eric kept telling me like, bro, there's an open spot. Like I think it was week 5 or week 6, and I was like I'll think about it. I was in the middle of my girls' flag football season, and I also was coaching the boys too. So there was just a lot going on, and then I was like, oh, like how many guys are in there? And they're like, oh, there's still some spots, but it's about to be playoffs, so I'll just have you join the next league. And literally at work, I joined when Eric sent me the thing. So I appreciate you guys for
What
allowing me to join. And
what's your perspective of the draft? Like that's one thing that I've been wanting to ask someone. Like, do you think that's like a cool thing? Like that.
I thought it was cool. I felt I felt like the beginning was a little long.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know like it was exciting. Everybody's talking about the Super Bowl. Everybody's talking about the past season. But I felt like the beginning was a little long.
No, 100%.
I was
Dude, I
sitting
was
there waiting. I'm looking up. I'm like, bro, they got the pick in. And I'm looking like they got the pick in, and you guys are talking about something.
No, 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 no.
And
That's kind of one thing that I was a little bit. I don't know if you could tell my demeanor in that, but I was like pretty frustrated. I'll be honest. Like,
Mhm.
just cause like. I'm trying to do everything on because I'm hosting the whole
Oh
thing,
yeah,
so I'm like
I
trying to
saw
read
that.
it as they come in, and I'm like trying to like, okay, whose pick is it? And then people are like, Wes, you need to send out like a screenshot. I was like, bro, I'm trying to do the pics and the typing. I can't be doing 8 jobs at once, dog. Like,
I was on your side the whole way because I think
because I was gonna,
Chavez said,
yeah,
yeah, I was on your side the whole way because I saw that you're
uh,
dragging everything over, you're typing everyone's names, and then Chavez was like, hey, can you send it in the chat? And I'm
yeah,
like, just as I'm nothing to you, Chavez. I'm not talking shit, but I'm
no,
like, just as easy as it is for someone to look at the chat and wait for a screenshot,
yeah.
you could go on YouTube
That's
and
that's
see
that's
what
my
you
thought. That was my
yeah,
thought, bro.
you could see everything. It's not just a blank screen and you guys are talking. You could see everyone who's on what team and what team is available. So I'm like, just as easy as it is for them to look at their phone and look at a screenshot, it's easy to go on YouTube and just look at the screen. Meanwhile, you're having to go in and out and take a
Yeah,
screenshot and send it and then wait. And I'm just like, there's a
yeah.
lot being put on Weston, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, so like that's where I was just like, and then he was like, kind of like no offense, Chavez, but you were like, Wes, where's the screenshot at? And I was
yeah,
like, I'm doing 8 people's jobs, bro, right now. Like I'm trying to make sure I know what the pick is, and then I'm waiting
uh-huh.
for them to text it, and then it's like getting the screenshot. It's like, bro, like I'm only one person, so I was trying my best. But
Yeah,
next one, I think the biggest thing that I'm gonna ask for is to have a dedicated person that if someone needs screenshots, there's a screenshot person because I'm not doing that shit
uh-huh.
again. And then just trying to make it a little bit less like the length, obviously shorter. Like it's gonna be max 30 minutes, like 45 at max. There isn't gonna be like a podcast because I feel like they were trying to do a podcast into the
That's how it
thing,
felt.
and it was just
It did
like
feel
too
like that.
much. It was just too much, and I was like, okay, let's just get to the draft. These are the teams. These are the players. Go, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, and if there's people that can't be there, then we'll have their pick in there, and that's how it's gonna go. But, thank you for coming on, like I said, and I'm sorry if I took a little bit longer time out of your day.
No, no,
I definitely
no.
appreciate you doing it, man. But anytime you ever want to just jump on the pod, man, and like share your thoughts, like I definitely do appreciate you coming on, like I said, for the 8th time. But like I said, man,
Yeah, no, you're all good. If like and especially like this Friday, you guys are doing it Fridays, right?
yeah, Fridays, yeah.
If I mean this Friday, I'm not doing jack diddly squat. So if you guys
That's
want
it.
somebody on there, or
What's
if
your
you already have someone on there,
time zone?
I'm Pacific. I'm in
Uh,
Fontana,
okay.
California.
Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because I know that we typically do it on a Friday around like 8:30. So like
Okay, yeah.
if you're down 8:45 max
I
9 p.m.
I'm down. I'm
Because
down. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I honestly would love to have you on, dude. I
Yeah, yeah,
like
no,
your
for
vibe.
sure. I'd love to be
You're a
on.
super chill guy. So Madden Warriors, thanks for tuning into this a little bit longer, 28 minutes, one on one with Adrian. But man, he's a baller, and I don't know, man. I could see him in the Super Bowl, bro. I could see him, bro. I could see him, man. I know it's one of those things where in this league you just got to get used to a team. Like in the
Yeah.
Texans last season, bro. I started my season out like 0-3, and each game I lost like 45 points each game.
And you went on a 9 game winning streak, right?
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah, I've been keeping up with the pods, but yeah, no,
yeah,
so I can totally
yeah.
see that. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's one of those things. But shout out to Adrian, shout out Madden Warriors, and peace out, guys.